The second month after Tishrei is Cheshvan, also called Mar Cheshvan. Mar can be understood to mean bitter. Poor Cheshvan, because it doesn't have any holidays. And after a month like Tishrei, full of holidays, Cheshvan feels cheated, feels denied, neglected, no holidays. So it's Mar Cheshvan. There are other meanings to the word as well. Mar can also mean drops of water. It's the rainy season. It's the month in which the Mabul started. And therefore the Gemara also refers to this month as the month of Bul. Mabul without the Mem. Mem is 40. There are 40 days during the year that would be very uncomfortable because it brings back the effects of the 40 days and 40 nights of the Mabul. That particular season would, by nature, be a very shaky time. But we take the Mem out of Mabul, and you have the month of Bul, which is a time when the rainbow was put into the heavens to represent the promise that there will not be another Mabul. The constellation or the mazel of this month is Keshes, the rainbow. The Mem is missing from Mabul. In Tishrei, the Aleph is missing because it's supposed to be Reishis. It's the beginning of the year. So you have all the other letters, but the Aleph is not there in the word Reishis. I'm not sure what the meaning of it is. Well, maybe we'll get to it eventually. But the Aleph shows up in another month, in Adar. Adar means the Aleph lives here. Dar means live. Aleph, Dar, means here the Aleph shows up. It's missing in Tishrei. It shows up in Adar, and there's all sorts of meaning to that as well. But what is the month of Cheshvan? First of all, it is the attribute of Gevurah, the second month, which is why the punishment of the Mabul came in that month. It was Gevurah that expresses itself in water and flooding and so on. But of course there's also a blessing in water. When the rains come on time and they do their job, that's a blessing. Gishmei bracha. The arrangement of the letters that produce the month of Cheshvan is the Vav, the two Heys, and then the Yud. So it's Vav and Hey, Hey and Yud. And there's a pasuk that represents that arrangement, and those are the words Udvarai Hayom Hazeh Yakum. Udvarai is the Vav, Hayom Hazeh the two Heys, Yakum is the Yud. And the meaning of it is that today my words will stand and will be fulfilled. Yakum. In Gevurah, there's a possibility of destruction and devastation. The entire existence of the world is in question in Gevurah, like in the flood. So the arrangement of these letters gives the world its stability and its permanence. When you arrange the four letters, Vav and two Heys, and the Yud, that gives the world its stability. My word, the word with which God created the world, will endure. It will last. See, when you put the two Heys together, it's the mother and the daughter. The first Hey, the big Hey, is Bina, which is the mother, and the second, the smaller Hey, is the daughter, which is Malchus. They're separated by a vav in the formal arrangement of God's name. But in this rearrangement of the name, the two hays come together between the vav and the yud. When the two hays come together, when mother and daughter join and are united, it gives the world its stability. There's the desire or the need sometimes where a daughter needs to not be like her mother, needs to put distance between herself and her mother. We need a vav, like a machitza, in between the first hay and the second hay. And that's normally okay, but only to a certain degree. When you look a little deeper, the two hays, the mother and the daughter, have to be joined and united. So that even when the vav does appear between them, that's only externally. That's a practicality. Sometimes you need a little distance. To grow up and to become independent and to become a mother yourself, you need to put a little distance between yourself and your mother. But that doesn't mean a separation. It doesn't mean conflict. The mother and the daughter need to thrive from each other. A mother is not a mother without a daughter, and a daughter is not a daughter without a mother. So the month of Cheshvan is a time to reflect on this reality. As far as we need to be, as much as we need some kind of a mechitza between mother and daughter, beyond that mechitza, there has to be a unity. You have to, the Gemara says, like mother, like daughter. That's not a curse or a threat. It's a blessing. The more consistent the relationship is between mother and daughter, the more the world can endure. If every daughter was completely different from her mother, there would be no sanity. There would be no continuity. There would be no stability to the world, because the world depends on the woman. The world is motivated by the woman, including husbands and men. Men go to war because women are watching. We're motivated by the needs and the mystique of the feminine. But when the mother and the daughter don't get along and the stability is disrupted, the world can't survive. The world can't endure. So the month of Cheshvan basically says that mother and daughter, the two hays, have to get along and have to thrive, get strength from each other. And again, that doesn't mean that they have to live side by side physically. There can be a vav in between, but it shouldn't be misunderstood. And that vav should not cause a disruption in the relationship. The vav should actually facilitate the relationship. When the vav is there and you have a certain distance and a certain independence, then the true relationship between the mother and the daughter can actually thrive. So without going home and having a heart-to-heart with your mother, you have to use your mother as your inspiration. Something, any kind of connection, insight, any kind of drawing of strength that a daughter can get from her mother is life-saving. And any connection that a mother can feel to her daughter without disrupting the vav, without tearing down the vav, without overwhelming the daughter, that gives the world its stability. So the second step in making the world real, stable, safe, is that connection, which is represented by the other meaning of Mar Cheshvan, the drops of water, which represent the thirst. astrological sign of the month of Cheshvan is the scorpion, Akrov, that thirsts for water. That thirsting, that seeking of life-giving water, of nurturing, that's what the month of Cheshvan is all about. So, Tishrei is the beginning of the year, the head of the year, where the husband is the head of the family. There's a functionality there. It's not personal, it's functional. If he's the head of the family functions. The second step in that is if the wife, if the daughter is connected to her mother in a healthy way, that gives the relationship of the family, of the home, an indestructible quality, a permanence and a stability. That is the first thing, the first need, the first longing or thirst that children have for the drop of water. That's the security, the permanence, the consistency of a family. So in order for a wife to be a wife to her husband, she has to have a healthy connection to her mother. And so the letters are arranged with the Vav. The Vav doesn't disappear, it doesn't become discounted, but the Vav does not come between the two Heys. It protects the two Heys from one side and the Yud on the other side, and the mother and daughter have a healthy, consistent relationship that gives the world its permanence.